Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cooking with Miss B. Today is
Say it. Say it.
Taco Thursday.
There you go. Fine. I don't know why you have such a hard time saying it. It's been years. Absorb it. Absorb it now. Let's just get along with it. And don't forget, today's brought to you by Gun One. And once you know Taco Thursdays, it's the real deal.
All this week we've been trying to talk about funny things in history. If you missed any of the previous episodes, please go back and check them out. And as always, thanks so much for joining us. You don't do it alone. Bring some friends.
You need friends, a roadmap, and some sort of alcoholic beverage to help you understand what's going on better.
Yes. So today, I have an interesting little story that supposedly happened in history, since it's all the funny and strange and weird. So during the Cold War, we had an FBI agent by the name of Robert Hansen.
Okay.
His task was to find the mole in the FBI, who was working for the KGB.
Okay. That's a lot of alphabet soup there, you know, man? I used to be with the CIA, now I'm with the FBI looking for their mole, which is MOLE, that works with the KGB. So, yeah, LMFT, that stuff.
And it's funny because it turned out that Hansen was actually the mole that they were looking for.
Oh, you know what they did? They made a movie about that. They did.
That is so weird and bizarre.
They made a movie about that. All I know is the mole was called Yuri or whatever, and it was a naval guy who was the key. They were looking for. Who played? Kevin Costner played it. Kevin Costner played the role of but he was the guy that was looking for it, and they found a picture of the guy, and they were slowly developing it because it had been destroyed.
Yeah.
As it's slowly you're starting to see him. He actually has to kill a guy and pretend that was the mole. And then he destroyed the picture.
So this Hansen FBI agent back in 1976 spent a few years gathering counterintelligence for the Soviets, from the FBI. Then in 1979, for financial reasons, he decided to start selling the information to the Soviets. This continued on and off over a period of time into 1987.
Wow, I was in the military.
Yeah. He was tasked for looking into the possible security and intelligence breaches within the FBI related to the KGB. So he was basically in charge for looking for himself. Like, what are the odds of that happening?
Yeah. Every time you're in the mirror shaving, found him. Just kidding.
Psych. Well, that was a long time, though. I mean, to go from 76 to 87 on and off, you're, selling information and stuff. That's crazy. I didn't realize that they made a movie about it.
Yeah.
He was eventually caught.
It's probably loosely based on it, but I mean, there was one with Kevin Costner. He played an officer in the Navy who worked at the Pentagon or whatever. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was a pretty crazy video.
This was crazy. So eventually they did catch the guy, the Hansen guy, after the FBI paid $7 million to a former KGB agent who had a tape recording of Hansen speaking with another KGB agent. There's too many letters in this alphabet. Yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, that's like insane. You're going to pay some other dude $7 million to make sure that you get the appropriate information.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm trying to look at that right now and see what that is. What was that thing where he was a spy? I think it's called No Way Out, and it's a 1987 film.
Oh my gosh. That was still fresh when everything was
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a lieutenant commander, in the U.S. Navy. It's got Gene Hackman in it,
Mm-hmm.
and he was the Secretary of Defense. And they're trying to find the mole that's in
Mm-hmm.
there, and it's him.
Wow, that's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, an 1987
Wow.
film called No Way Out, and it's about that same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was a
it's
wild.
bizarre when you think about it. I am looking for, an agent that's a mole in the FBI. Oh, wait, it's me.
Yeah.
Certainly not going to tell anybody. Kind of curious, though, like, how much money do you think that he made off of selling the information? I mean, because,
back
in
in
the day, they would, want
And
all
I always
that.
wondered, why do these idiots put it in the bank? Why does everybody why is everybody, I'm going to open an offshore account and put it in the bank? You're like, you know what you could really do? What? Put it in your mattress.
Mm-hmm.
Sew on a zipper. Put it in your mattress.
But I think
That
so
way
many
people-
people get
that
caught
way-
that way when they go to the bank.
Well, yeah, well, they're always like, did you notice he made a deposit of $500,000? And you go, really? How much does he make? 60. Well, I don't know. We're looking. Yeah. They always catch him that way. I'm always like,
yeah.
So you could really actually throw them off by putting it in the mattress? So if nobody knows you have money and it's in the mattress, then nobody knows you have money.
You could spend it a little bit at a time over time. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not like you're gonna be. I always wondered, why do you want to? I want a Rolls Royce. Well, why don't you just get a Honda Civic? Get a Honda Civic.
Blend in.
Yes.
The rest of the people.
Get an apartment. A Honda Civic. You just don't have to pay for your groceries. You're never going, I can't make ends meet. Well, you always make the ends meet. You have a normal job, but you never got to worry about money. I always wondered, why don't they just do that?
Yep.
They're like, yeah, but then you're living on, $100,000 a year and making all your ends meet, and you just have a nice, normal, easy life. Yeah, do that. No, I want to buy a Rolls Royce. Oh, you're an idiot. They always do that. He deposited $500,000 12 times. What do you think, Russians? I'm like, dude, wow.
Yep. And on that note, we need to take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to a Quickie with Miss B. If you missed the first half of the episode, please go back and check that out. Today we're talking about funny things in history.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So this one. There was a pope back in the day. Pope Urban the Seventh, I think is how I pronounce that. I'm not sure if that's got that correct, but he thought sneezing was too similar to orgasms.
What?
Yeah. He thought sneezing was too similar to orgasms. So he decided that the sale of tobacco is going to be banned, which he thought was inducing the sneezing.
I mean, snuff? Like the snuff stuff? That whole...
Yeah.
Wow.
So it says, first of all, good luck getting people not to sneeze. I mean, everybody sneezes, whether it tickles their nose, if they got allergies, what have you. Secondly, what kind of sneezes was this guy having?
Yeah.
It does beg the question.
And if you're going to ban cigarettes, were you smoking there, dear Paul? Were you snuffing? Is that what was going on?
Somebody commented, I love a good sneeze, especially after you get one of those fake outs where you think you're going to sneeze and then it doesn't happen.
Yeah, you hate those. You're like, huh? Oh, I was robbed. Wife number two, she had this thing with destroying yawns and ruining sneezes. You go to yawn, you go, she stick her finger in your mouth. Why would you? She's like, I love to ruin a yawn. You're like, oh my God, don't do that again. I'll bite you. Don't ever do that. You're like, if you're going to sneeze, you go, she'd go, oh, on your face. what would she's like? I love Rooney Sneed. You're like, oh my, you did not. Do not tell me you just did that. She's like, okay, I won't tell you, but yeah. She'd ruin your yawn, ruin your sneeze. Oh man, you wanted to punch her. You lean back, that big yawn,
Yeah.
She
Trying to
shoved her
stretch
finger
me
right in
on.
your mouth. Shove your finger right in your mouth. You're like, oh my word. I'm going to punch you, woman.
I just had to share that one because I thought that was a funny historical fact. Okay, so here's the second one. There was a group of undercover... I can't even. There was a group of undercover cops in Detroit posing as drug dealers, okay? Now, what are the chances of this happening? They accidentally met up with another group of undercover cops that were posing as drug buyers.
Ah, that's awesome. So the fake buyers are dealing with the fake dealers to see whether or not they can make a fake deal.
The incident happened in 2017. Basically, a couple of Detroit police officers from a certain from the 12th precinct were undercover posing as the drug dealers.
Yep.
They went to a drug house to try to operate a sting. There they met the two buyers who happened to be undercover police officers from the 11th precinct. Obviously, people are not talking to each other.
No, they're not.
There they met the two buyers who happened to be the undercover officers. From there, more officers showed up with a search warrant, and things escalated to the point where both groups of cops were shoving each other around and even throwing punches.
Wow. Our finest.
Somebody commented, it sounds like a cartoon life that has come to life.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wouldn't have been a surprise if Bugs Bunny was the one that orchestrated the whole thing.
Yeah, it's special.
Can you imagine? I mean, once you finally get it sorted out, you realize that all four of you are police.
Well, I like the one where I can't remember where it was at, but I saw this one story where I was watching a show and the cops were like, they were gonna do a sting. So they had busted this vehicle that was full of narcotics. So they took the narcotics from the bus. Because they're like, well, if we're gonna sell drugs to these guys, we gotta have the drugs to sell.
Yeah.
So they went and got the narcotics from the bust.
Oh, jeez.
And the whole thing was planned out, and then they went there for the sale. And when they went for the sale, okay, they get the money, and somehow they lost track of what was going on, and the people got away. And they're like, "So wait a minute, you brilliant snuffleupagus took the dope that you confiscated to get off the street." Took it down, sold it to the people so you could catch them, lost them, and are coming back with the money from the sale. So all the dope is back on the street. And you sold it to them. And they're like, yes.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine that? They bust these heroin people. They're like,
how embarrassing,
we're going to get the big guys coming into town. And you're like, yeah, let's get them. You're going to, all right, we can sell you the 40 keys. It's going to be $1.5 million. They're like, okay, here's $1.5 million. They're like, hold on. Where did he go? What? They're gone, sir. Wait, what? They're gone. Wait a minute. Did we just sell them 40 keys of heroin for $1.5 million? Yes, so we just so. Oh wow, yeah, that's what they did. And they're like, that was a good deal. Yeah, it was high five up top. They're like, wait a minute, did we just take that? So we got it off the street, and then we wait.
Turned around and put it right back on.
Did we just sell them? Yeah, you sold them 40 keys of heroin. Yeah. You just put 40 keys of heroin on the street. Nice job. Guess what? You got to turn the money in now. Well, where'd you get the $1.5 million? We sold the heroin that we. It makes you wonder. So you guys aren't going to burn the money like you were going to burn the heroin, right? Well, no, we'll put that in the coffers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, how that's strange how that worked, huh? Guess you're not going to have budget issues this year, will you, huh?
And on that note, we need to be done. See you tomorrow, boys and girls.